This is my Friday night episode, if you will, and I got a little bit to share. I've just kind of been dealing with this season of purpose and walking in purpose. So, if you got any friends, if you got any buddies, if you got any pals that you want to share this with, please do so. And also, this is my YouTube page. So make sure you, if you will, if you get anything from this or if there's anything in it that's uh, share worthy, please be sure to like and subscribe. That helps me, but it also just kind of helps get the message out. You just never know what someone needs. And if you never get out there, if you never put it out there, if you never share, you're going to miss the very person that needs to hear it. So, and tonight, I'm just gonna go and just tell you. Tonight, I almost didn't come on. I was just kind of putting it off. About 5:30, I had said, "Oh my gosh, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go. Uh, I'll just record it and post it another time." But no, I have to just be consistent because, again, like I said, you just never know um, who needs to hear what you have to say. And so I've really been dealing in the area of purpose. And last week, we talked about defining who we are, aligning ourselves and our actions with that, and then reflecting on those things, not necessarily our past, but reflecting on where we've been in order to know where we're going. So we define, align, reflect, and then we expect. We have to set expectations for that which we're aligning ourselves to. If we never set expectations, if we never put our hope and trust in who God has called and created us to be, we're just kind of in a place of existing. So tonight, I want to talk about what is hidden in you, discovering what's hidden in you. And I'm just going to kind of dive right in and just kind of give you a roadmap, if you will, of, of some things that can help you discover those hidden gems that you're so created for. And I was reading today a book by Dr. Miles Monroe that talks about those hidden gifts and those hidden talents and where they actually come from, those hidden passions. And basically that soul source is God. So I'm gonna tip this on and just really talk about uh, a little bit of purpose discovery and trying to tap into those things that are hidden. And they're hidden because it's not that they don't exist, and it's not that they are not there, but there are some things in our lives, in our beings, that we just haven't tapped into. So tonight, I just want to jump into this journey. And just before I even get into it, I just want to pray. Father, I just thank you tonight for the opportunity to share this tidbit of information that you downloaded in my spirit today with other believers, with other women who are searching for that path of discovery, who are on a journey to really trying to figure out who you've called and created them to be. And if that's you, I just encourage you to stay tuned because I have uh, a whole message, not just this one tonight, but I just have a message, a stream of messages to share with you on your path to, one, tapping into those hidden talents, but two, also just discovering what they are and living them to the fullest. And sometimes as mothers, as wives, as nurturers, because not everyone's a mother, not everyone's a wife, but we all as women were created to just nurture and pour into other people. And sometimes we forget who we are and who we were called and created to be. We weren't just called and created to exist, but God gave each and every one of us gifts and talents and sources and resources that He wants us to tap into. So tonight, let's tap into what's hidden in you. And I just want to just share with you this path, um, this path to purpose. I'm setting my uh, I'm setting my other source here. So, what has God given you that you haven't tapped into? That's the question for tonight. What has God given you? What sources, what resources, what gifts, what talents has He given you that you haven't tapped into? I want you to just really take a moment to think about that as I turn off all of my bells and whistles and alarms and things like that. Um, so, here's what I found. And even Siri wants to talk to me and tell me what she's found. No, Siri, not tonight. So, anyways, as we embark upon this journey of hidden talents, one of the most common questions, or some of the most common questions people ask are some of the most common questions are, who am I? And you may have thought about that some years ago, maybe years ago in your life. Who am I? But also, another question is, why am I here? Or what is my purpose? And oftentimes, when we think about what is my purpose, that's where people get tripped up. That's where people kind of just start digging and searching in all, I don't want to say the wrong ways, but ways that cause them to become frustrated. Does that make sense? Sometimes we can search in a way that is not designed for us. We search, and we should be searching inwardly. But most of the time, people search the world, people search the outside, people search everything but the thing that is other than tapping into what's already there. So tonight, as we journey into this, uh, discovering those hidden gifts, those hidden talents, we have to understand the ultimate source of those. And the ultimate source of our gifts, of our talents, is God. He deposits those things within us. He deposits the gifts. He deposits the talents. He deposits the desires of our heart. He deposits those things. And back in the book of Genesis, in the beginning, in the beginning. So in the beginning was what? Was God. It wasn't at the beginning, but God was the beginning. And before anything was ever formed, before anything was ever birthed, before anything was ever set into the earth, it was God. So God is the ultimate carrier. He's the ultimate source of those things that we carry within us. We are now just the extension of what God spoke. See, everything that was created, everything that is, began with God. And you and I began with God. Everything that He deposited in us began with Him. So, who should we turn to, or who should we tap into when we're trying to discover purpose or those hidden gifts or who those hidden talents? It's God. He gives us tools, he gives us resources, but he's not the resource. He is the source. Make sense? So tonight I just want to share with you uh, a little bit about the purpose and a little bit about a step-by-step journey of how to uncover purpose and what that looks like. So, as you embark upon a journey to discover purpose, purpose is one of the most transformative experiences we could ever have. And what I want to share with you tonight is just a little bit of a roadmap to help you uncover life's purpose and how to go about doing that. Just kind of guiding you through a series of introspection. And a lot of times people look at the term introspection and just make it this naughty word that we're focusing on ourselves or we're not focusing on God. And that is absolutely not true. Introspection helps us to know where we are so that we can get to where we're going. And I believe I talked about that in the last episode. So if you didn't get a chance to watch episode 2 of Woman Dare to Live, make sure you do that. Make sure you watch the previous episode because we kind of laid out a foundation of define, align, reflect, and expect. And now we're moving on into the journey. We're moving into the journey to help take us into the deeper understanding of things. And as we talk about this, I hope you gain clarity and a sense of fulfillment. So, hey, everybody, come on in. Welcome. My name is Walda Collins, and you're listening to Woman Dare to Live, the place where we define, align, reflect, and expect to be all those things that God created us to be. And tonight, we're diving a little bit deeper, and we're talking about tapping into those hidden sources and those hidden gifts and talents that lie deep on the inside of us that keeps us questioning, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? Why am I here? Well, tonight I want to share that with you. So step number 1 in this whole journey is what I call self-reflection. Self-reflection, this is the time to just pause. Yeah, just pause and think about your life experiences. This is not about digging up inner childhood wounds. That's not where we are because we serve a God who's a God of joy, not a God who says, go dig up your past and mourn over it. So life experiences, that's about understanding where I I was, what shaped me to who I am, but also if there is some correction that needs to be made to help me walk forward in my future. So in this self-reflection, we're going to look at life experiences and then values. What are those things that are important to you and why? What are those things you are passionate about? And have you done anything to walk in those things you're passionate about or create an environment around those things you're passionate about? If not, then that probably right there kind of puts a pinpoint in the frustration of finding purpose or understanding purpose. So as you do this reflection, I am an advocate, a big advocate of journaling. And a friend asked me the other day about journaling and do I feel like it's beneficial? I have been journaling probably for the past 15 years, and I have journals and journals on my shelf of just things I've written. So as you do this reflection piece, as you do self reflection, yes, journaling is beneficial, One, it kind of helps you get things out of your head and onto paper, because there's a lot mulling around in our heads. I know for me, life is just busy, and journaling helps me to just get those things out of my head. Another benefit from journaling is to go back and look at those things that you've written about. Look at those things that you've prayed about. See what has manifested. See what has come to fruition. See what God has answered in your life. So, is journaling beneficial? Absolutely. And if you don't have one, I highly encourage you to grab one. If not today, tomorrow is Saturday. Go out there while you're out and about. If you're in a sunny area, whatever you do. And guess what? Journals are very inexpensive. Grab one. Get you a good, cute pen and journal. But as you self reflect, you need to write down those things, that those life experiences, those things you value, and the things you're passionate about. But not just write them down. Do some deep dive. You know, have you stepped into those things? Have you taken action on those things you're passionate about? It's important that you do that, because those things that you're passionate about, that's where your purpose lies. That's where your purpose lies. So self reflect. And in the self reflection, you want to journal and write those things down. And you want to do a value assessment. Identify those things that are core beliefs for you. And then do a passion inventory. A passion inventory is nothing more than a list of activities, hobbies, the things that interest you. But more importantly, what are the things that bring you joy and fulfillment? And write those things down. Number two, identify. Number two is identification. Identify patterns and themes. Look for those things that are recurring in your life. Look for the things in your reflection, in your experiences. Look for those things that have what I call common threads. Look for them and review your journal entries, your values, your passions, and identify those things that you keep seeing happening over and over again. Pay close attention to those, because those are the things that truly motivate your actions, and they motivate your desires. Also, as you identify these patterns, this is step two, identifying patterns and themes. But one, reflect on the common threads, those things that have a commonality. Two, seek feedback. Now, I caution you when I say seek feedback, because I'm not a person that runs to Betty, Jeannie, Janie, and Judy to get answers. But what I do is seek wise counsel. Seek those people who I know will share from their wisdom and from their experiences, not somebody that's just popping off at the mouth. So as you seek feedback from friends, from family, or even from a mentor, be sure that you're seeking wise counsel and not just someone who's going to tell you what you want to hear. That's so important in your journey of discovery. And then the next thing, uh, seek inspiration. And when I say seek inspiration, um, my inspiration comes from the Word of God. My inspiration comes from people of God, pastors, ministers, and leaders who have been where I've been. But there are even some young, this generation today, these kids are so wise beyond their years. But the thing is, as you seek inspiration, make sure that inspiration is not just some feel good type of information, but it's inspiration that comes from people who have walked the walk, who talk the talk, and can give wise counsel. So as you seek inspiration, people you admire, but people who have wisdom along with it. And then step number 3, define. Define. So, first of all, we've done self reflection, tapping into past experiences and the things that we value. And then we did some identification, identifying those common threads, those things that have common patterns in our lives, and seeking feedback from wise people, but also inspiration from wise people. And then step number 3, define your mission. This is where you want to create a clear definition, if you will, that helps you identify your purpose and your vision for your life. And yours is different from your girlfriend's, from your friend, from your boyfriend, from mine. Your mission statement is different. The mission is, what do I want to do? And how am I going to do it? What is it that brings passion to my life? What are those things I'm passionate about? What are those things that I can do to help the next person? What are those things that I can pour into the life of someone else? And how do I do that? Am I doing that? So the mission statement, step 3, define the mission, define where you're going and how you're going to get there. So how do we define the mission? One, I want you to just kind of take a moment to do a vision exercise. You don't have to do it now because we don't have the time for it. But in the vision exercise, I want you to close your eyes and think about what life looks like for you. The ideal life. No one can tell you what your ideal life is like. What does it look like? How does it feel? And what you see. And I want you to truly just be honest with yourself about what you see. Some people want the glamour, the glitz, and the limelight. But is that truly inspirational? Is that truly the core of your being? So in that vision exercise, I just really try to see and visualize what the ideal life looks like for you. And then I want you to write out that mission statement, because the mission statement is really going to speak to what your purpose is and your values and what type of impact you want to make. Everyone's is different. Everyone is different. And because this is what truly matters to you, not your girlfriend, not your friend next door. What matters to you? And this whole idea about tapping into the hidden purposes that are within you, there's a whole world out there that's hungering, that's thirsting, that needs what you're carrying. You weren't created just to exist. You were born to live, and you were born to live a life in abundance by pouring out all the beautiful things that reside on the inside of you. And you can't do it if you never discover or tap into what that is. So as we define our mission, one, do the vision exercise and just see yourself. Two, write what you see. Habakkuk 2:3 says, write the vision and make it plain. So you got to write that thing down. And that's the importance of having your journal. What is it out that I'm seeing? Write it down. And then every now and then go back and see where you are. And then as you begin to just kind of practice that thing, you can refine it as you go, as you go along, and just kind of live and practice those things you're seeing. Make an effort to tap into those things, and then write it down. Oh my gosh, writing writing is such a powerful tool. And honestly, that's really how I birthed my first book, just by writing and journaling and expressing my thoughts, my feelings, my actions, and the impact I wanted to have on the people I'm supposed to serve. I'm not called to everybody. You're not called to everybody, but we are called to somebody, right? We're called to somebody. And then our final step, after we define our mission, where we're going and how we're going to get there and what that looks like and who am I supposed to impact. The final step is to take action. Take action towards your purpose. Translate that mission statement that you wrote down. Translate it into actionable steps and goals. And we all understand goals. The goals have to be smart, specific, manageable, relatable, uh, time variant. So the goals have to be smart. Identify those milestones. How do I want to get to the point of impacting the people I'm called to impact? Action planning. Create a detailed action plan. And you know what? Starting out, it don't have to be detailed. Just create an outline. What does this look like? Because I'm going to tell you, I'm gonna share this and then I'm going to jump off of here. But the world has us so consumed with the glitz and glamour that we see online, and that's not real life. That's not who we're called to or what we're called to see somebody's actions and want to copy them. No, you have your own DNA. You are wired just how God wired you to do just what he created you to do. And then after you set some milestones in place or set an outline in place, accountability. We all need accountability. We all need somebody who's going to be, I don't know if you know the story of Aaron and Hur, who held up Moses' arm when he got tired. But we all need an Aaron and Hur, someone who's going to hold us up in the midst of battle, somebody who's going to hold us up when things get rough, someone who's going to hold up our arms when we're tired of wielding the sword and fighting the battle. You need an accountability partner. And that's all I'm going to share with you all tonight. But if by any means this resonated with you, again, like and subscribe, but also go to my webpage, waldacollins.com, and I will be sharing more tools with you on how to really tap into the hidden gifts and talents that you hold within and the roadmap to help you discover your purpose. I love you guys. I'm Walda Collins, and I am the podcaster for Woman Dare to Live. And I look forward to just sharing this journey with you. And hopefully we can collaborate and create together along this journey. I promise you, you don't have to do it alone. You have a friend in me. All right, guys, I love you. And I'll see y'all next week. God bless. Hey, Kendra, glad you hopped on, but I'm hopping off. Good night.